Hey troublemakers, it's Tedley here, and today I want to talk about Coco versus Alyssa. Hey troublemakers, it's Tedley here again, and today I want to talk about two contestants off of one of my favorite reality TV shows ever, which is Rupaul's Drag Race. Everybody in my personal friends group knows that I am a huge fan of Rupaul's Drag Race since day one of that fucking show. And I wanted to talk about two of its contestants who really had a huge fight on their season, and I wanted to talk about my experience I had meeting both of them because I got to. So today I'm talking about the feud between Coco versus Alyssa. On the show, it was revealed that before they made it on the show, there was a pageant where first Alyssa won, and then something happened where the crown was taken away, which of course I am not that stalkery where I found out what exactly happened because that was like something that was not on TV. But what I can tell you is that it was extremely obnoxious that they never really got to the issue and then they just got eliminated and somebody else won that totally had nothing to do with it. But I got to meet both of them, and I wanted to tell you about my experience meeting them so maybe you can decide for yourself who you think should have won. So first I met Coco Montrese when her season was airing. I actually met her like within the first 3 episodes of the show. I happened to be in Las Vegas and it was a Monday night, and then she said, I work in Las Vegas 7 nights a week or something crazy like that. Only to find out that I've already seen her show that she's been in. I just didn't realize it was her. It was Divas Las Vegas, starring Frank Marino, who is a hilarious Joan Rivers impersonator down there and does an amazing job. What I did, what any superfan would do, is I went backstage and then I saw one of the male dancers, and after a quick blowjob I asked him, so when is Coco gonna come out? Can I see her? You know, what's gonna happen here? And he says, oh, well just wait at the bottom of the escalator here in this hotel and she will have to show up eventually because she leaves like everybody else, and lo and behold, she did! I got to meet Coco Montrese that night, out of drag unfortunately, but I got to take a picture with her, and let me tell you, she is the only Drag Race queen I have met that said after we took the picture, here, let's look and see how it turned out. She really gave a shit. She was totally ready to take a moment out for me to see the picture to make sure it looked super cute and to make sure that we both looked great in the photo, and she was super soft and super sweet and super nothing like she was on the show. She was like the complete opposite. It was like 360 different of how she was on the show. She was super gentle and not rough in any way. And it was totally surprising to me because on the show, she was super like, don't try it, little boy. But so then, let's get to Alyssa Edwards. So Alyssa was performing that night at the Gay 90s, this Pride last 2015, and so I was at the club. You know, I wasn't really at the drag show, but you know, I was having a good time. I was at the foam party, I took off all my clothes, and you know, so then it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, the club closed. I was still hanging out talking to the bartenders because I loved them, but then all of a sudden Alyssa pops out of the bar, and I say, Alyssa, can I get a picture with you? And she is just like she is on TV. She is just like she is on Alyssa's Secret. She's like, okay, baby. And so then I was like pulling out my camera, but since I was at the foam party, my camera was in a Ziploc bag so it wouldn't get wet. And she says, you need to be quicker if you want to get this picture, baby. She was just like she is on TV. There was no difference. She is just Alyssa all the time. It is not bullshit. It is not bullshit. She is just Alyssa. She's just off in her own Alyssa Edwards world. There's just no fakeness. It's just, she is just that. There's nothing else to her. So we took a picture and it was like late at night, and then she shook my hand and she said, so what is your name? And I said Tedley, and she says, nice to meet you, Tedley, and then she walked away to get on the bus. But I was super happy to meet her too. And so it's really interesting how there's a difference between Coco, who is nothing like she was on TV, and then Alyssa, who is just exactly like she was on TV with no difference. There was absolutely nothing changed. Alyssa is Alyssa. I really don't know who wins this one. I would love to see them interact together in person to see who really is a little shifty and not, but in my opinion, they are both amazing, and I love them even more now that I've seen them both live and in person. Whew. Okay, thank you bitches so much for listening to my Troublemaker TV rant about Coco versus Alyssa. I hope you loved it, and I hope it put a little more stuff into perspective for you Drag Race fans. And I will see you next time.